There are people in life you could say are heroes, like a brave soldier fighting a war for freedom in his country, a firefighter, like a hero cop. The other kind of hero is the hero that a lot of people rightly call Hassan, is the kind of hero that was just trying to go about their business and the situation put them somewhere where they could act. A lot has been made of the fact that I'm a Jew and he's a Muslim, but the important thing is to remember he's a hero because he did something.
New York is a huge place. It's like a diverse melting pot.
It's not in any way like a dangerous place.
You can find people from all over the world. It's just amazing to see so many different cultures and ethnic groups living in one city in relative peace and harmony. Most people, when they think about the New York subway, then there's this culture of, you know, if it's not my problem, why should I bother? That's not the way I grew up. Where I grew up, you know, if you see someone in trouble, you're gonna go and help. At that time, I was relatively new to the city, so I hadn't been on the trains long enough to actually see anything, but what I saw that day really surprised me quite a lot.
My best friend, my girlfriend, and another lady friend of ours, we were out celebrating the second night of Hanukkah.
I was working at that time as a waiter. I was doing deliveries, and I was doing waiting at the same time, so it was really, really tiring. I just wanted to go back home and get some sleep. And right off the bat, there was just a group of people being loud and kind of rambunctious. I wasn't particularly worried at the time first, and I thought that maybe, a bunch of kids being a little drunk, but I didn't really think that anything was really gonna happen.
Friday night in New York, I would be very hard-pressed to find train lines leaving Manhattan around the time of midnight without large drunken groups of kids. We were taking the Q train home, and when we got on the train, we said to the car, Happy Hanukkah.
This loud group of people, when they heard, him say Happy Hanukkah, they seemed to be offended by it.
Their whole party was about 16 kids, about 8 guys and about 6 girls.
One guy came across and he said,
that's when the Jews killed Jesus, and then the train doors closed.
And he started showing off his tattoos, and they started cursing.
The first thing that happened was a lot of slurs, just hatred, and a lot of people wanting to fight.
At that point, I was still, hoping and thinking that nothing was really gonna happen.
What happened thereafter was a strike in the face.
They started beating up Walter.
And it was a big group of people just sitting there, like watching this happen for about 2 minutes doing nothing.
One of the male from their group actually came up to Angelica. He spat in her face, and he lifted up his hand like he was gonna strike her. And at that point, something in me really snapped, and I was like, I can't let this happen. I went up and I grabbed him, I was like, what the hell, are you guys crazy? And 6 guys came and grabbed me and slammed me against the train wall, and then they started beating on me.
Hassan getting involved allowed me to run to the back of the car and to yank an emergency brake.
Now after that, the train went dark, which really not only saved his life, but I think mine too.
The cops had really closed down the car and had us and the girls just start pointing to people that we thought were our assailants. When I first noticed Hassan was the police had him in handcuffs.
When the officer put the handcuffs on me, I was just thinking, oh my God, now I'm gonna have to go to jail. This is my first 3 weeks in New York. What do I do?
I told the police that it wasn't him. He tried to help us.
And then they took the cuffs off, yeah, it was pretty scary.
I went to Long Island College Hospital. I had about 6 stitches on my lip.
They banged up most of my face.
We've become friends, and we go on walks on the boardwalk, and we talk about religion, and we talk about our lives.
My parents, me growing up, always taught me that, if you see someone in trouble, if you see something, you should always try and help that person out. You gotta be kind, generous, and caring towards others. And if you can help someone, you should. It's not a Muslim saving a Jew. It's me as a person. We're all human beings. At the end of the day, I did what I did because I think each person has their own right to dignity, self-respect, and human life. Next time, it could be me.